can't talk too long. I gotta poo.
What is happening, guys? Hardcore Kid here with another video to, pass the time. It's very troubling times we're in with the quarantine and everything, but I'm here with Hunter Ivey on Skype, and say hi, Hunter.
Hey, by the way, I want to say some good news.
Okay?
Well, on the news, I've heard they're coming up with this drug that combated malaria, and it's been working pretty well.
Yeah, I've been seeing there have been a lot of recoveries from coronavirus over there in Italy and China and whatnot. So, hey, it's good that people are starting to recover.
That's right.
You know who hasn't recovered?
Who's that?
John Travolta's career.
Of course.
Oh dear. Yep. So after we finished doing the smegged up YouTube failure list last week, Hunter had the bright idea to do a follow-up, a little movie review for the show. And of all movies he wanted to review, he went with The Fanatic.
Of course. Yeah, The Fanatic. Which stars of John Travolta as Moose, which he's supposed to be this autistic person.
Yeah. well, I'll say this, we're now in a timeline where you see all these big time action movie stars from years and years ago, like Bruce Willis and Nicolas Cage, and they're still doing movies, but they're just not as interesting or noteworthy or just straight up bad. I mean, like Bruce Willis has been in a lot of direct-to-video stuff lately, and none of it's memorable. Even the recent Die Hard wasn't even that good a movie. So, but John Travolta has had quite a bizarre career. I started out from the days of Saturday Night Fever and Grease and all kinds of stuff, and Hunter's looking to get new headphones.
My headphones just ran out of battery, so I get my backup headset now.
Yeah. Give me some backup. And there was, and just recently, he won the Razzie Award for Worst Actor, and it was for two movies. One was Trading Paint, which I haven't seen. I suppose it's supposed to be like a car movie or something. I haven't really seen it, but I heard it wasn't good. But of all the bad movies he's been in as of late, one of the most notable ones has been The Fanatic, which is a interesting little movie. And Hunter, you wanted to review The Fanatic.
Yes, because I've heard this movie is so bad, it's hilarious. It was also featured on one of my favorite reviewers' channels, Chris Stutman. Are you familiar with him?
Yeah, I've heard of him.
He was part of Channel Awesome. I'm not sure if he is still part of Channel Awesome.
No, nobody's part of Channel Awesome anymore. we don't want to talk about that. Let's just talk about this movie. The Fanatic. So The Fanatic was directed by Limp Bizkit lead singer Fred Durst.
Mm-hmm.
That's
right.
Who has made a few movies. I'm looking at his list now. He's done The Education of Charlie Banks, which I've never seen but has Jesse Eisenberg in it. The Long Shots, which has Ice Cube in it. And then he made an eHarmony movie? like what? What? Like I've heard of MySpace the movie, but who would make a movie about eHarmony?
Don't know.
But
wow.
The Fanatic is his most recent movie. It stars John Travolta and Devon Sawa. Devon Sawa is another actor who's had a very bizarre career. Not like he did drugs or did any stuff like that, but role wise, going back to when he was in movies like Final Destination, Idle Hands, Night of the Twisters. And he was also Stan in the Eminem Stan music video, and then he just disappeared for a while. And then you're wondering what the heck ever happened to this guy. And And then you hear him back. I heard him in. He was a guest on Macaulay Culkin's podcast a while back. So he's still alive. He's just not doing as many roles. His career is just not as. Yeah, but this movie, it's kind of like a reverse Stan, where Devon Sawa is the big time Hollywood actor in this movie. And John Travolta is supposed to be like the crazed fan who is so obsessed with him that he goes as far as to go into his house, tie him up, and do all this goofy shit. And it's, well, we'll start right from the very beginning where John Travolta, or you want to go ahead?
Before we do, I have some notes to say about him anyway.
Okay.
All right. He's supposed to be autistic, but however, he's about autistic as Kristen Chandler.
That's what I was thinking watching this movie.
By the way, the hair he has is actually a wig. Yeah, John Travolta was bald when he played this character.
Yeah.
Apparently, he's really obsessed about an actor that is made for this movie named Hunter Dauber, who is an action movie star. Dunbar, sorry. Who is an action movie star. Moose, who is ever a very big fan of this guy, to the point he starts stalking him, finding out where he lives, going into his house, taking pics of him while he sleeps. So, yeah, this guy is more fun. Psychopathic, just autistic.
Yeah, just like I'll say this, like John Travolta, he definitely has like the characteristics of an autistic person right down to the rocking back and forth that he does quite a lot in the movie, to not really being able to see people eye to eye. Like he's always very shy, and he always says like a lot of dumb lines in this movie. But speaking of, the first line that he has in this movie is, "I can't talk too long, I gotta poo." The first line. The very first line.
Wow, really? That's really the worst line I have ever heard.
And that's pretty much a stepping stone for what this movie is supposed to be. And when it starts, it's you think it's, oh, this is just going to be like a comedy. Apparently, it's not supposed to be a comedy, even though Moose is just like a complete goofball most of the time, all his mannerisms. And when he's doing he has his job is he's a street performer, and he dresses up as a Bobby, a British police officer, just going around being an idiot. He's saying Bobby cock, Bobby cock, poppycock,
Poppycock. Poppycock.
It's supposed to be a psychological thriller, but just comes off as so hilarious how he's doing this.
Yeah, it's funny how IMDb mentioned it as a horror suspense movie and thriller too.
Yeah, but yeah, he like Travolta. I'm sure he understands how autism works, because I know he had a son who passed away recently, unfortunately, and he was autistic. So he I think he may have learned the mannerisms from watching his son or something like that, or studied a bit of it. Or maybe he has like done this a tribute to his son. Maybe. I think he might have some autistic tendencies here and there. You never know. That there are actually quite a few people who do have autism or Asperger syndrome. Like I believe Keanu Reeves has it, which. Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
You never know. But yeah. So this movie, so Moose, he's a street performer. He's also a big movie fan. There is a scene. There's like a flashback scene where he's a kid, and he's watching Night of the Living Dead. And
oh yeah, Night of the Living Dead. Yeah, that movie it's a fun movie.
Although. But like he's a big fan of movies. He likes horror movies, and he'll talk. And You mentioned the nostalgia critic before, and sometimes he will have moments where where he starts to be a bit criticky, like
yeah.
where he's talking to Leia, his friend. He's saying,
Hmm.
the original Maniac is a classic. Not the remake though. The remake's overrated.
Actually, in my opinion, the remake is actually pretty good. I think Elijah Wood did a pretty good job as the main character.
Yeah.
So I disagree.
Yeah, everybody's got different opinions. But
Indeed, yeah.
Travolta, like there are scenes where he's doing the thing. I believe there were parts where he's doing a bit of ad-libbing, because there is a scene where he's in a club and he's just going through lines, and there's cuts here and there. I think they were just letting him go off, just trying to come up with lines or something like that. But
Of course.
but you know what? And like this character of Moose, like it's a poorly written character, but Travolta manages to make it memorable in its badness, and that's what I kind of want to see in a bad movie. Because the big problem, unless a movie is just completely boring and there's just like nothing going on in it,
Exactly.
to the point where it's unmemorable, like yeah, but
Yeah.
but then Travolta puts in this. I'll say some people compare it to Tommy Wiseau, but no, I think Travolta. I think Travolta kind of, he has his moments here and there, but
I should mention this. When I was at Comic-Con, I dressed up as Tommy Wiseau.
very nice.
I even have clips of me saying his lines.
Mm.
The movie even also starts out with these terrible looking drawings. Also, there's no point to this. So what's the purpose of this?
Artistic purpose, maybe?
So Moose is riding a moped. What, he can't afford a car?
Apparently not. The story is Moose has a friend named Leia, who is the narrator for this thing, because apparently this movie needs a narrator. I have no idea why. She offers nothing of substance.
Yeah, so here are my notes with that. The movie begins with a woman narrator, Moose's story. Kind of ironic that the movie is supposed to be about Moose, so why is this woman telling his story instead of him?
Maybe because Moose just isn't good at telling stories. I don't know.
Really?
Yeah, well, this movie has I don't know. Maybe Devon Sawa could have done the narration. I don't know. Yeah, but so his friend Leia is a paparazzi, and if you live in Hollywood, you know these people are nut jobs. So
Yeah, that's right.
so she has an app where she doxes celebrities' houses, and then goes to their houses and like takes pictures of them from their windows. It's like every scumbag paparazzi you've ever seen.
So Moose sneaks into a fancy restaurant to find Hunter Dunbar, but turns out Hunter Dunbar is not there. Wah, wah, wah.
I'm a #1 fan. Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! I came here to see Hunter Dunbar. Leah! Leah! Leah!
And then he tries going to a book signing where he tries to get an autograph. And then Hunter just leaves.
Wah, wah, wah.
Yeah, and then eventually he does meet the two do meet in an alley, and then but like right as they meet, Hunter is just a complete asshole to the guy. Just
Indeed.
Would I sign your face with my fucking fist? That's a collector's item you're not gonna want to take home. Trust me.
like right off the bat, it's totally clear that Hunter just isn't a good person, and like as the movie goes on, you can see he really is kind of a dick. Like he and his wife broke up because he was sleeping with his maid, and which resulted in a divorce, and that's really the rest of the movie is just a series of events where where Moose is just trailing Hunter wherever chance he gets, trying to get his autograph, and Hunter is just being a complete dick to him the entire time.
Well, he kind of does have a bit of a reason why he's a bit of a dick, because he is trying to figure out why is he stalking him, and 2, how in the world he found him, and 3, yeah, Moose is a complete maniac.
Yeah, like if Hunter Dunbar had just given him an autograph, just autographed his jacket, the movie would be over like instantly. But no, then the movie would only be like a half hour long. So the rest of the movie is just Moose just sneaking into the house. He takes pictures of himself with Hunter passed out on the chair, and then starts.
Oh.
He's going around with moose antlers on his head because, lol, moose. That's the joke. And watching.
Oh, here comes Moose. Oh, watch out, Moose.
It's.
Oh God.
It is astonishing. And then things really get out of hand because Moose, the maid, eventually discovers Moose is sneaking into the yard. The maid tries to get Moose to leave, just whacking him with this cloth thing. And then
Feather duster, actually.
And then Travolta gives her the Ric Flair chop, and she gets sent back, hits the back of the head on the bird bath, and is killed instantly.
Mm-hmm.
Oh dear.
Ouch. And he also responds with, "Oh, that's a nosebleed." Yeah, I had one. Dude, she's dead.
Yeah. And then the really messed up part, like the maid dies, and then she's not seen or mentioned again until the very ending.
Yep.
Like maybe they were trying to pretend, oh, this didn't happen, and trying to like forget about it. No. No, she is dead as shit. Like
yeah.
if you she hit the back of her head and there's blood coming out of you, you're fucking dead.
Yep.
So, and it just keeps going from there. Eventually, Moose just ties Devon Sawa up to the bed with ropes and stuff, and then tries to. He wears a Jason mask and has like this fake prop knife and tries to pretend to kill him.
Yeah, stab him.
Yeah, so there's elements, like you can tell he's a movie fan with all the elements you see here. The Friday the 13th Jason mask, the Misery gimmick where he's tied him up to the bed, and then just stabbing with him, and it's like. And all this is because all he wants is an autograph from the guy. That's really all it is.
Wow.
I mean, if Hunter is just going to be a complete douchebag for you and you're not going to get him an autograph, it's not going to happen. But Moose obviously doesn't understand this, so he'll try everything just to, no matter how ridiculous it is, just to get an autograph out of him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then Devon Sawa decides, okay, I'll give you an autograph if you untie me, and then you can go ahead and get the hell out of here. Then that would be like the end. But no, because Hunter then pulls a shotgun out from his ass, and then shoots Moose's fingers off with the shotgun. and then he chases the guy down the stairs, pulls out a knife, and at this point, it's just like Hunter is now the crazed one in this movie. He stabs Moose in the eye. Blood is going everywhere, and then Devon Sawa realizes, what the hell am I doing? I'm a monster. I can't do this why am I doing this? And it's like, dude, it's because you were an idiot to this guy, and I know because he was a complete nut job. You had to try and stop him, but it's like, dude.
Yeah. And then he just walks him to a door.
Yeah, and then kicks him out, and then the ending is like Moose is on the streets. His fingers are shot off. He's got an eye patch on, and people think, oh, that looks so realistic. And it's like, yeah, it's not for show. No.
Yeah.
And then we get the ending, and I'm going to... You know what my least favorite ending of all time is? Or my least favorite gimmick is?
What is it?
It's the scapegoat gimmick.
Scapegoat gimmick?
Basically, somebody is being framed for something they didn't do. And then that issue just isn't resolved.
Oh.
I just did a review of It's Your First Kiss, Charlie Brown. And at the ending, Peppermint Patty and Lucy are blaming Charlie Brown for losing when it is clearly Lucy who kept pulling the ball away. Yeah, I hate that. There was the Hey Arnold episode, Arnold Betrays Iggy, where Stinky and Sid.
Oh, that episode, yeah.
All the blame goes to Arnold when Stinky and Sid are the ones who are just completely were the ones who were hazing Arnold and made up the thing about Iggy, and it's like, and Arnold is the one who takes the fall for it. And it's like, motherfucker, if anybody should be doing this, it should be Sid and Stinky, because they're the ones who completely did this.
Yeah, that's true.
So
I never seen that episode. It's
no good. Here's when I talk about this. Remember the maid from earlier, the dead maid?
Mm-hmm.
So Hunter gets arrested because the gardener discovered the dead body of the maid in the garden. So Hunter gets arrested not because he assaulted Moose, but because of the murder of the maid that he did not commit.
Mm-hmm.
If anyone should be going to jail or getting arrested, it should be Moose, because he broke into this guy's house. He killed the maid. He tied Hunter Dunbar up and almost tried to stab the guy. He's done so many more crimes. No, this ending sucks. It's why, like, I'm saying right now, any movie, TV show, or cartoon that has this stupid scapegoat ending gets an automatic -5 stars. But I will be fair here, because in a way, I understand Hunter here, because you know what? He did assault a person. He assaulted Moose. So in a way, it's kind of understanding the reason he turns himself in, but at the same time, it's bullshit, because he didn't kill anybody.
Yeah, that's right.
And that's kind of how the movie ends. There's no follow up to what the heck happened with Hunter going to jail. Were the charges dropped, or is he still going to jail for years because there was a dead person back there? I don't know. But yeah, that was this stupid movie.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. What do you have to say about it?
I have to say it's pretty bad and hilarious at the same time. I think it's actually one of my favorite guilty pleasures to watch, from what I notice. That's why I own it on Blu-ray.
You own it on Blu-ray. Why?
Well, if you notice my Blu-ray collection, you're gonna laugh a lot when I post a video on it.
Yeah, well, it's probably about as much money as this movie actually made. I'm looking at the box office for this movie, and apparently it was in 60 theaters or something. It made a grand total of $3,153.
Wow, that's low.
I don't know what the budget of this movie was, but holy mackerel, what a bomb! But it could not have been any more than, I don't know, 50 grand or something. How much is it to afford John Travolta these days?
I don't know, but I'm looking at the movie right now. I think the budget was probably maybe it could have been 50 grand or something like that. More than that, probably more than that.
Yeah, this is a bizarre movie, but it's not the worst movie I've seen. It is horribly done, but John Travolta in this absolute goofball role somehow makes it memorable.
Indeed.
Yeah, it is. It has to be seen to be believed.
Exactly. At least this is a lot better than his Battlefield Earth movie.
Yeah, because that's one thing I will. There is some positives I will give this movie. It's well shot. There are some like little color schemes here and there, and some tricks here and there, but it is well filmed. It is well shot. There are some lighting tricks here and there. The movie looks all right. But story wise, it just doesn't make sense. Like who
I mean,
who are we supposed to side with Moose and
Indeed.
Dunbar? Because Moose is just a complete maniac, and Dunbar is just a complete asshole. You can't side with either of them.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. This could have worked if they actually had better writing. And speaking of movies, there's actually a movie made way before this called The Fan, which I never heard of, by the way.
The
but
Fan?
I saw it. Yeah.
I remember it. That had was that Bobby De Niro in it? Yep, it was. Everybody has always had some kind of crazy maniacal fan out there. Like, I remember, like, Bjork had that weird fan who killed himself and recorded a bunch of videos doing these weird things with Bjork. And
wow.
It wasn't like, okay, this movie isn't as insane as the Bjork incident, but it's still a very weird movie. Yeah. And it did give John Travolta a award for worst actor along with Trading Paint, but hey, at least even the Razzies know the movie exists. So, anything left to say about this?
All I can say is that this movie is so bad it's entertaining to watch.
Yeah, that's like, if there's a bad movie I want to watch, there has to be stuff in it that's entertaining. Like The Room is bad, but it's entertaining, and Where the Dead Go to Die is atrocious. But there are some elements about how ridiculously stupid it is. That
I agree.
Yeah. But The Fanatic, would I recommend watching it? If I will, if you enjoy watching really bad movies, and if you're a John Travolta fan who just wants to see John Travolta just when was this is his most memorably bad movie since Battlefield Earth. It is glorious. Yep. So that's all I'm going to say about this movie. Any final words, Hunter?
All I can say is, I got poo.
Hey, you know what? That's a good idea. Yeah. Until next time, guys. I'm the Hardcore Kid.
I'm Hunter Ivey.
Peace out and cease.